WWE Clash of the Castle ultimately was a great show. A disappointing, but a great show. Okay, everybody. Now, I just finished WWE Clash of the Castle. They were in Cardiff, Wales. They haven't been there in over 30 years, and overall, most of the matches were utterly fantastic. If not for the, the ending of the climax of the show, I would have said this was the damn best pay-per-view WWE has done all year. But let's start off with what happened. The first match was Bayley and Dakota Kai and Io Sky or Io Shirai hurt their group Damage Control versus Bianca Belair, Alexa, and Asuka. The first match was excellent. I thought it was very good. This was better than all the tag team matches they have done for the Women's Tag Team Championships. I believe all 6 of these women worked well together. This entire storyline was keeping Bianca Belair, the champion, isolated. Bayley was over with the Cardiff crowd. She was so over with them. Io and Dakota, they were just tearing apart Asuka, Alexa, making sure Bianca doesn't tag in. And at the end of the day, Bianca was pinned by Bayley. The group has won, and it was utterly a very, very good match. I thought it was excellent. Easily the best women's match of this entire pay-per-view, but overall, I just think they did a fantastic job. There was some little hiccups. I believe Dakota Kai was a little bit too energetic, too excited. In some cases, Bayley and this could have been part of the storyline, but I feel like Bayley was a lot directing Dakota and Io about their timing for the moves and where to go, what to do to remind them where to go. And I think Dakota was a little bit too anxious, but overall, she did a great job. Alexa at the beginning, for some I noticed when she was on the ring apron, she was looking at the corner of a side, and I'm not sure if there was a heckler in the crowd or something was saying something to her because she kind of looked a little scared in a sense, but I don't know what was going on. But to me, I think overall Alexa with Asuka and Bianca was a great tag team match versus the Bayley's group Damage Control. They had their own theme song. It's a mixture of Bayley's and a mixture of a rap song. Don't really care for it all too much, but I loved all 3 women, and I think they did a great job. The first match, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think this should have been the opener, but because the second match is none other than Walter versus Sheamus, and this was the best match of the entire dang night. Walter versus Sheamus. Walter won / Gunther, and Gunther at the beginning, this was an all-out war. We all knew it was going to be. Sheamus, him, when he gets hit hard, his pale skin, he just gets red real quick. At the beginning, when they're introducing Sheamus and all this stuff, we see Butch, we see Rich Hollander dressed up in a white shirt, a black pants, and all this stuff. And then Imperium is reunited. Giovanni Vinci from NXT it returns with Imperium, and they take out Butch and Rich Holland, and Sheamus and Gunther just stare each other down. It was all-out war. The best match of the night, easily. Chops, power bombs. Ultimately, at the end of the day, a lot of people think Sheamus should have won. Gunther, I believe creativity, Gunther should have won. I'm really hoping Sheamus wins this championship at WrestleMania. This is the only championship he hasn't won. It would have been great for him to win it in Cardiff. The thing is, though, I don't think it was the right creative decision if he would have won it. Because what will happen with Gunther? He can't go for Universal Championship. I say keeping him with Imperium. Just having Imperium back is great. And then having... I think there's a lot more you could do for this entire story. You could have Sheamus apparently injured, then Butch, Pete Dunne will take on Gunther, he'll lose. Rich Holland will take on them, they'll lose. Imperium will beat up them, and then Sheamus will ultimately get his revenge at WrestleMania and take that championship from Gunther. I think they could do another 2 more matches with them to really just signify the greatness of each wrestler. So Sheamus versus Gunther was easily the best match of the night. Absolute fan-freaking-tastic. There was just chops, power bombs. Sheamus was over with the crowd. Gunther was had a little Walter chant going for him. And ultimately, at the end of the day, after Sheamus did not unleash the Brogue Kick. That's a key point. Sheamus did not unleash the Brogue Kick, and since he did not, that shows that maybe Gunther's going to have that weakness. Sheamus was not able to connect the Brogue because his back and his chest was injured, and he did a white noise, and he did this. I'm forgetting the move that he does where he carries them on his shoulders and he was able to lift them. He did that move, but he did not connect with the Brogue Kick. And Walter, he finished off Sheamus with a thunderous clothesline. So overall, Sheamus versus Gunther, best match of the night, easy. Next up was Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler. I gotta be honest with you, Liv Morgan, Shayna Baszler, I really enjoy Liv Morgan. I don't like what Vince McMahon was doing with her character. Her against Ronda, did not like. This was easily her best match. The entire story was Shayna Baszler trying to get Liv Morgan into early submissions. Liv was just reversing into roll-ups, trying to get a quick pinfall. Then Shayna eventually catches Liv, and she's about to get, make her tap. But the thing is, so Liv reverses it, get Shayna in an armbar, which really damages Shayna Baszler in order to connect with her clutch with her submission finale. And ultimately, at the end of the day, Liv Morgan won in a good, decent match against Shayna Baszler. Should Shayna Baszler obviously win? Yes, if we were looking at Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. I can't wait to see if there's going to be a triple threat versus Liv Morgan, Shayna Baszler, and Ronda Rousey. That's what I want to see in the future. But Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler, good match. Best Liv Morgan's title defenses so far. So happy Liv won, but if Shayna would have won, I wouldn't have been surprised, and honestly, I would not be saddened by it. I think Shayna is great. I think she deserves a title run in herself. Next up is my least favorite match, or was my least favorite match, is Edge and Rey Mysterio versus Judgment Day. Edge was hot in Cardiff. People loved him. I love seeing Edge and Rey Mysterio back. It reminds me of the old SmackDown 6. The original guys, they're still there. They're still competing in tag teams, which is just utterly fantastic. They beat Finn Balor and Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley as Judgment Day. Ultimately, end of the day, though, the biggest thing was not the match itself, because the match was fun. It was a nice tag team match. Edge and Rey Mysterio won. Nothing too special. It was overall an okay match, but really what got people talking about is that Dominic low blows freaking Edge and clotheslines his father. So he leaves. I'm hoping that if this is... I don't want Dominic to join to Judgment Day. I really don't want to see that. I don't want to... It will make no sense why he helped his father and Edge win this match. I'm just hoping that at the end of the day, we're going to get... I want Dominic to go to NXT 2.0, really craft himself, really to find his own identity, and then come back next year's WrestleMania and retire his father. That would be the best bet. But Edge and Rey Mysterio versus Judgment Day was just an okay match. It was nothing special. I didn't love it, but I was just thought, oh, that was okay. The next match would Seth Rollins versus Matt Riddle. And the crowd was over with Seth. They loved his theme song. Matt Riddle was more intense. He was no longer the happy-go-lucky, what up, bro? No, he was not that. He was ferocious. He wanted to end Seth Rollins. He wanted to destroy him. And Seth was just, the entire story of this match was just, Seth was just dominating this match because he was relying on Riddle's emotions and taking advantage of him, saying like, oh, that's why your wife left you, that's why your kids left you, you're a loser, I don't deal with losers. Seth wins this match because he just plays on Matt Riddle's emotions. Matt Riddle didn't get really a lot of offense. There was some nice as soon as like first you're starting off hot, then Seth Rollins does a buckle bomb into the corner of not the ring apron, but the barricade outside of the ringside, and Matt Riddle was just injured for the most part. Matt Riddle took freaking a pedigree, 2 curve stomps. Even Seth uses Matt Riddle's own finishing move against him. Matt Riddle did get some good offense, but ultimately, at the end of the day, it was just Seth Rollins who was just dominating with pedigrees, with curb stomps, and ultimately he finished off Matt Riddle with a curb stomp off the second rope. So it was a very good match. I think the storytelling was excellent. I believe this is just a part 1 of them. There will be a part 2, a part 3 for them. Matt Riddle will get his revenge on Seth Rollins, guaranteed. This is just the appetizer. This is just the match that's going to get you really going. I think they could have pushed the limit and made the match of the night. They easily could have had match of the night if they let them go that way. But I think they're overall telling a story. So overall, while I'm not the biggest fan of this match, I still understand and respect where the story is going to. And I really hope the follow-up in their next match will be utterly fantastic. Chaos. No holds barred. There has to be no disqualification. Seth Rollins versus Matt Riddle was fantastic for a storytelling standpoint. A little bit. It was entertaining. There was a lot of nice movesets. But overall, it was not my favorite match. Seth Rollins versus freaking Matt Riddle was awesome, in my opinion. I thought the storytelling was awesome. The match itself, for the most part, was good. It's just the fact is, I know where they're going for future. I know where they're going for future storylines. The thing is, though, this is just the beginning stage. So I'm hoping they'll continue the storyline. If they don't, then I'm going to look at this match a little bit less. But Seth Rollins versus Matt Riddle, good time, good match, very good match, a B+. And Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. This is the reason why I have kind of like a frown in my face, why I'm not so energetic. Because here's the thing, Drew McIntyre came on with Broken Dreams. The crowd was hot for him. If there was an opportunity for Roman Reigns to lose the championship, it should have been this one. I don't know why Karrion Kross is out there in ringside. He did nothing. I do not like the direction where WWE is going with the storyline. Roman just beat Drew. It's a typical Roman Reigns match. Slow. Roman's looking at the crowd. He doubts himself. He gets back up. He gets a help from a Bloodline family member. And ultimately, he wins at the skin of his teeth. I don't have to go over this match. This match was shit. I'm sorry. Even if Drew won, this match would have been eh. But the end result is just bad to me. I did not like this match. It was slow. There were certain points where Drew should have absolutely won and should have been a DQ. The thing is, though, there was no Sami Zayn, there was no Usos, but we got the Samoa from NXT. He's now with the Bloodline. He's going to get called up with Giovanni Vinci, and he's now going to help Roman with the Bloodline. New Bloodline member, and I don't care. I don't care. I wanted Roman to lose. I wanted him to lose so badly. There's so many different storylines you could have done. You could have had Drew winning, and then the Usos are coming out, and then Sami Zayn's coming out, and then Kevin Owens would have came out, beat up Sami Zayn, and then you could have had Karrion Kross wanting to end Drew McIntyre, but finish him off respectfully for that title, defeats freaking the Usos and all this stuff, and then I would say the new Samoan dude, the new Bloodline member, later on. I would have Roman lose this match clean, and he would be so pissed off that he lost the championship that he would recruit another member of his family to strengthen his cause. I did not like this ending whatsoever. Tyson Fury hitting Austin Theory was great, and I liked it, but the thing is, though, Tyson Fury at the end of the day shakes Roman's hand, which is just stupid, and then Drew and Tyson Fury are going to have a freaking fight, and I don't want it. Tyson Fury should be nowhere near WWE ring. I hate this creative decision. I hate it absolutely. Roman winning the champion, I mean, so keeping the title again is just ridiculous. Drew should have won this. This is absolutely a terrible creative decision. This was absolutely a terrible creative decision. I mean, you don't need to have Roman having the titles anymore. You could have Roman fight against The Rock at WrestleMania without championship. The titles mean nothing. Roman is over more than the titles. If Drew would have won, we could have had a fighting champion on SmackDown, on Raw. You could have had a storyline where Drew got the Universal Championship and Roman's like, the contract was actually only for one championship. Like WWE Universal Championship, but you can't be on both shows. So they could have done so many different storylines, but they went the laziest routine and gave Roman the championship again to let him retain. And it's just utterly piss poor writing, in my opinion. I did not like the storyline. I don't care if Roman's... I don't want Roman versus Cody. If you want Roman versus Cody at WrestleMania, fine, but Drew should have won this match. We should have had a fighting champion on SmackDown. We should have had something more than a more predictable, slow Roman, long entrances. Roman looking into the crowd, being intimidated. Then he's not gonna lose it. And I'm sorry, I just did not enjoy Clash of Castle because of this ending. It left a sour taste in my mouth. I'm gonna remember Sheamus versus Walter Gunther any day of the week. This match was disappointing. But what's your personal opinion, everybody? What y'all think of WWE Clash of Castle? You think it was a great show? You think it was a terrible show? You're happy Drew lost? You happy Roman won? What's your personal opinion, everybody? My name's Elise, and for everybody. Bye-bye.